Thank you. My name is Nathan, and we are the Watoto Children's Choir from Uganda, East Africa.
That's exactly right, and thank you for having us here this evening. All of the boys and girls standing before you tonight have gone through the heart-wrenching experience of losing one or both of their parents to war and to disease. The AIDS epidemic that is sweeping through Africa is leaving millions of children alone without a mom or a dad to care for them. However, we at Watoto believe that these children are Uganda's greatest resource. And so we are committed to placing each one of them into homes and families where the necessary love, care, spiritual discipleship, and physical needs are met.
Today we have smiles on our faces and joy in our hearts because we know God loves us and has a wonderful plan for our lives.
Amen.
Well, as we were starting to look after the parentless children, I felt Jesus whisper into my heart that we were to put the kids together in a choir and take them around the world and just tell the story. One thing led to another, and that was our first trip with the choir. So I was the bus driver. We'd written our own music and made a cheesy tape, you know. It just worked. The story was powerful, and it was about telling the story of the kids. And, you know, years later now, we've got over 60 choirs that have been on the road, sang in most of the major parliaments of the world, have sung at Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle and the White House. So the choir became an opportunity for kids to have an experience where for 5 months they were trained to do cross-cultural interaction.
So the children travel around the world to speak on behalf of those that cannot speak for themselves. They go to United States, they go to the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Scandinavia. The whole idea is to equip them to be successful leaders in any sphere of life. Through the tour, we are presenting them the person of Christ. We're doing life skills with them. We are doing education with them. We're doing leadership training skills with them. I believe that God has taken the weak things of this world. He has enabled them to be the voice, His voice to the nations. And so He's using the orphans, yes, everywhere. And He's chosen Watoto. It's a humbling thing to think about, but He has chosen these little children to be His voice to the nations.
In Africa.
My name is Dale, and I'm 13 years old. In Africa, many people die from simple diseases just because there are not enough doctors and nurses. I want to become a doctor so I can change that.
This is our guy. This is Moses. Good to see you, Moses.
Good to see you too. Hey, Mr. Today we learned about this one, the national emblem. We drew the crested crane. We talked about the national language, then the national currency.
Wow, Moses, I'm proud of you. You're going to grow up to be a great man.
Our Watoto village is a small community that raises a child holistically. One, we provide the basic needs that anybody would receive in a family. You have shelter, you have medical care, you have food, but above all, you have a parent. In this case, it's a mother who is widowed, who comes with 2 of her biological children, and we give her 6 other children that she can raise. So it's a total of 8 children and a mother in a home. Besides that home atmosphere, there's a school that children can go to, right from kindergarten into primary, into high school, into vocational.
Plus 11 plus 12. Moses.
11 plus 12 equals to 23.
Thank you very much. That's a good answer.
Edwin, I work as a music producer.
Joseph Kasasa.
I'm working with Kinyara Sugar.
Sarah Nakamate. I am a teacher in Watoto Bira.
Geoffrey, I'm doing computer science at Macquarie University.
Leonard, doing business.
I remember moving in and everything was just different. Mama shows up and we moved into the house and she showed up with these 2 people. They were like this, they were really small.
But at least I had chicks, big ones by the way.
But I remember, walking into that house and, because I had lost my real mom, and then I had been shuffled off to an uncle where life was not good. So I had not had a good experience with another lady trying to be my mom. But this lady here, she just loved us in a very extraordinary way. Because I remember from day one, I didn't feel any less of a child to her, like it felt we were the same. It felt like she was the one that gave birth to me. It's just interesting, looking back at life. Like, how many years ago? It's like, what, 15 or even more than that?
It's more than 15.
More than 15 years ago.
Yeah. What you see here is a finished product of whatever God has done and so on. Okay, the first thing was not really good, but today we are somewhere and people really appreciate. People want to be around you because maybe you look nice and they don't know what makes you look nice. Yes, this is now what the reason why you've been keeping everything of yours, those old snaps and everything, the letters from the sponsors. You mean this? The reason why I'm keeping like this picture here, this is something like my first month in Watoto.
So steady.
Yeah. So in fact, I'm going to give that to any girl I'll be dating. That picture I'll give her. That is the guy you're seeing. This is the guy you're seeing. I don't know. At least this one, but that one. One of the reasons why I'm keeping all this stuff and so many others is just to remind me where I've come from. Sometimes you may forget where you've come from because things are now good and so on. But when you look at letters like this and read them, today I sponsor a kid, Watoto child, and whenever I get like letters, this morning Jeff gave me a letter that came from church, and when I opened it, I said, wow, amazing. Then I put it aside and then put these from my sponsors. I said, wow, now I am the sponsor. I
know, right?
Who knew that would come?
I know.
It is amazing.
I know the feeling,
Yes, it just gives me excitement and things now I'm doing because I remember my first letter, I couldn't read clearly and everything. So you used to help me read and this is from Rita. She's in California. Please remind me the way you used to read for me.
Dear Leonard, I got your letters. Thank you so much for your letters and your prayers. It's always so nice to get letters from you. I'm sorry to hear that there are shootings going over your land. I will keep Uganda in my prayers.
That was the time when we had the instability.
Love your United States mom. Wow, Rita.
So I used to get those letters and I was like, okay, what is this? And then after reading them, I was like, wow, I have somebody up there who really cares for me and so on. Even if they've never seen me, even if they don't know me, they still do something. Those things really stick on my mind every time I remember them. I look at my letters and you know what? There's something in somebody who loves you, even if when they have little.
Yes.
They are willing to do something extra. But she was doing it just to see somebody in Africa who is supposed to be me, a leader. Not a president. I'm not going to be a president. I'm going to be a leader in my home, in my community.
We learned about Watoto 2 years ago. We came to watch them sing. We were so impressed by the kids and just how they felt so close to God. I mean,
and we wanted to be part of this organization.
Yeah, we learned that we can sponsor a child. Lydia is great. We were so excited to meet her. We learned that she was going to be in our city and she's part of the choir now. So we came and saw her, and it was amazing meeting her and talking to her and learning more about her favorite things. And we were very blessed by this experience. And this is great because it's so personal. You see the kids, you see their picture, you can communicate with them, write
Get letters from them. And you know that they're real. Your money doesn't go somewhere in some bank account and get spent in some way. You just know that they go to real people who get their life changed.